The title race is done. It is annoyingly done. Seriously, like, am I gonna have to sit here and tear off my own eyebrows in frustration? I just want an exciting season. Hello, I am the Irish Guy, and this is the Prem Catch-Up. Let's take a look at what happened in the Premier League this weekend, and oh boy. Right, let's go. Man United won, Arsenal won. So let me get this straight. Manchester United have just gift-wrapped Liverpool their 20th league title with a cute little bow. Doesn't that make you feel a little queasy, lads? Like you've just drunk cat food with milk? Look at the state of that title race. I don't even want to call it a title race. It's not. It's 15 points is what it is. Suddenly, the Gunners are closer to Fulham in 10th. Guys, it was only 5 minutes ago that I was saying that the Gunners were about to have the title in their hands. After a Liverpool trip to Villa Park 3 weeks ago, since then, Arsenal have failed to win any of their 3 league games, only scoring once. I'm sorry, but netting 7 against a pretty dismal PSV Eindhoven has actually had a terrible impact on their league form because it has proven to Arteta that the Marino experiment works. It doesn't. Mika Marino is not Kai Havertz. He is as much a false 9 as I am a monkey's mum. I say it every week. But what has Raheem Sterling done? This is somebody who was just 6 goals shy of his 200th career goal. Marino has less than 45, and they're roughly the same age. Why does Arteta now think that Sterling is some useless meerkat? I mean, it's not even the first Chelsea outcast winger that he signed, and he treated Willian far better than this, and he was complete dog puke. Give Sterling a run of games up front, or convert Martinelli into a number 9, because Marino is not it. When he's playing up front as a striker, Marino is about as good at football as San Marino. Okay, maybe that's exaggerating. I think that nation probably has a cow in goal. Look, Arsenal almost lost this game. If Rasmus Højlund was not completely devoid of self-belief, then he would have netted a late winner, and Arteta would feel like smacking his head off a toilet bowl. Lads, I know Arsenal have their injury problems, but no, don't even go there. Because look at their bench. It is still full of big players. £50 million defenders, Brazil internationals, Premier League and Champions League winners, the 20th highest goal scorer in Premier League history, and someone who once finished 3rd at a Ballon d'Or. Now look at Manchester United's bench. And honestly, it's like you've stumbled into a creche. It's full of children who were born the same year the Simpsons movie was released. And I remember watching that in the cinema and being traumatized when Bart Simpson skateboards past the hedge. Look, Harry Amos, Eli Harrison, Jack Moorhouse, Toby Collier. They even had me on the bench. No, not me. No, my calf is still banjaxed after being fouled by my own teammate last Wednesday. Yeah, I hobbled around during my match on Sunday afternoon, playing like a broken Matt Ritchie. I couldn't run. I was awful. I was like Willian at Arsenal. But look, that Man United bench was so young. I literally remember what I was doing when these kiddies were born. They definitely all still watch DVDs of Bananas in Pajamas. They're young enough to have thought the Sidemen beef was real. I don't want to hear Arsenal fans crying about injuries. When Ruben Amorim looked to his bench to see Darren Fletcher's son, Manchester United had 2 children in their squad who they just stole from Arsenal, dragging them into the sewer like Pennywise the Clown. Aiden Heaven even crawled onto the pitch for his debut. He was about 6th choice centre back at Arsenal. Lads, I don't want to hear any excuses because Christian Eriksen started this match. I'm shocked to learn he's only 33 because he plays like he's 37. He's basically what Juan Mata was under Ralph Rangnick. Someone who feels way older than he actually is. A bit like how you'd assume Rihanna must be about 55. This was a children's Manchester United squad, and Arsenal still could not beat them, despite wolfing up possession for fun. The Gunners did nothing with the ball. Excellent free kick from Bruno Fernandes. Declan Rice then belts in a late equaliser, but that's about it. Declan Rice actually shushing the crowd after scoring an equaliser against the team 14th in the league. Whilst the Gunners are now mathematically closer to Fulham than Liverpool, a Fulham squad which is basically the Arsenal B team. Oh, Rice, you silly little B. Wolves won, Everton won. I'm sorry, but play the clip.
2-1. Toppy's goals for Carlos Alcaraz. And this one is, I'm really going out on a limb here, Jack Harrison. Someone who hasn't scored all season long. Just you watch, it's happening again. And if it does, then I expect you all to send me free soup in the post.
Yeah. Where's my soup? Nah, seriously, I'm not kidding. Where is it? Where is my soup? Yes, I sound like a cross between Draco Malfoy and Oliver Twist, but no, seriously, yeah, give me my soup. I want it now. Like, are you for real? Is this real life? I am confident no other person on the planet backed Jack Harrison to score this weekend. I'm pretty sure of that. Even he didn't think he was going to score. In the same way how nobody alive is right now predicting that Holly Willoughby will eat a spider sandwich live on air. Imagine successfully backing Harrison to score his first Premier League goal of the season and his first ever goal on the road for Everton. His first away goal since knitting at this ground 2 years ago. Harrison might have some absolute superstar ex-teammates in his phone book, like Lampard, Pirlo, Villa, but he has consistently shown the end product of a dead Mickey Mouse. So what is this? How did I get this one right? Even I'm a little bit spooked. I'm a bit creeped out that I successfully backed this thing to happen. You don't understand. It's like if I tell someone that my mum will get eaten by an alien on Wednesday afternoon. Oh, you better believe if I walk into her kitchen to find E.T. burping out her foot, oh, then I'm gonna be heavily freaked out. So thank you, Harrison, for making me look like a complete genius. This was a magnificent prediction. It was so unlikely that he would score. He doesn't score. He scores, but as often as a pig laughs. Yeah, have you ever seen a pig chuckle? I know the fat one of Bridesmaids doesn't count. So this is amazing. But look, as good as this prediction was, so far, there's still a final game to go tonight. But as it stands, I've got 31 points. HRV Zach has 32. So overall, whilst this was an amazing golden nugget of a prediction, we both actually had painfully average weekends. Neither of us got a single scoreline bang on right. So as it stands, poor old Vizzy is getting chucked into the bottom 6. Just floating above the relegation zone? I mean, to be fair, I don't know what happened to the 3 blokes who wind up finishing in the bottom 3 in May. Do I go around to each one of their houses to spank them with a paddle? I don't know. But look, Everton did not win. No, Marshall Manetzi scrambles an elite Wolves equaliser, but decent point for both. Nottingham Forest 1, Man City 0. I keep saying that Nottingham Forest will bottle this Champions League crusade. Play the clip!
But now, this is the weekend where your top 4 hopes get silently extinguished. Absolutely, Man City are going to leapfrog you in the league. And if they don't, then I will eat cereal in a tree.
Thank you very much, Callum Hudson-Odoi. By the way, I've gotta say that Chelsea must feel like silly sausages for having this mega talent winger on their books for 16 years. And they actually turned down a potential £70 million bid from Bayern Munich. And yeah, they wound up eventually giving up on him and chucking him out to Nottingham Forest for just 3 million beans. Look, I think it was that loan spell at Bayer Leverkusen where he soaked up some magical knowledge from Xabi Alonso and was training with top talents like Diaby, Frimpong and Wirtz. I think that move has been the making of this guy, because since moving to Forest after that, he has looked sharp. And look, weirdly, he had a shot brilliantly tipped onto the post by Ederson for what was a world-class save, but then Hudson-Odoi beats him at his near post, where the Brazilian crumbled like a punctured tea bag. But look, are you telling me that Hudson-Odoi has now scored the winning goals against both Liverpool and Manchester City? He is having a class season, and right now he's arguably a better player than Jadon Sancho. But boy, is this result annoying, because I just keep waiting for Forest to fall off. Come on, I know they are secretly like Newcastle United under Alan Pardew, who had an amazing 11-12 season. I mean, like Forest, they've been tipped for relegation dogfight. Instead, they go unbeaten in the first 11 games. They were third a month before Christmas, but eventually ran out of steam. Hello, they lost 4-0 at Wigan in April. Wigan! I am waiting patiently for the Forest collapse. I am waiting! But the fact they welcomed both Arsenal and Man City to their ground, 2 games on the bounce and not delivered a single goal? What is this nonsense? Surely Forest have to slip up soon. Surely! Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 2. Oh, Bournemouth, no. They are slipping. Ever since crushing Nottingham Forest by 5, they've only won 1 game since, and even that was against a completely rotten Southampton, so does that really count? Now, beating the Saints is about as formulaic as brushing your teeth. I mean, unless you've got no hands, you should be able to do that without a fuss. But here they are, rolling into a 2-0 lead at Spurs ground, Tavernier and David Nielsen with their goals, but then they chuck it all away. Ever since going a club record 11 league games unbeaten, the Cherries have wobbled a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Ever since Antonio Iriota got linked with the Real Madrid job, it's almost as if his players are desperately trying to flush those rumors down a toilet by then showing the sloppiness of a pig eating chicken wings. Yeah, all the Madrid rumors have gone a little quiet now, right? Iriota to Real Madrid is not an insane rumor invented out of thin air. I think there are legs in this, because he's already got a massive link to the Bernabeu. Iriota as coach Zidane. Yeah, Zinedine Zidane. Okay, to be fair, Zinedine is his middle name, but yeah, it's Luca. Zidane's son. Yeah, Iriola gave him the gloves at Rayo Vallecano. Yeah, arguably the biggest legend in Real Madrid history. And Andoni was coaching his son? So honestly, Iriola to Real Madrid, watch this space. But yeah, this is a result which helps nobody. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0. Okay, what is going on with Cole Palmer? This is almost in scary territory now. Sure, he hadn't scored for a few games in a Chelsea shirt, but I thought, doesn't matter, he's still playing well. Nothing weird is happening here. It's not like he's just lost his magical superpowers. He's not living in some weird space jam. Well, when we're now seeing him miss the first penalty of his career, I'm kind of just like, what? He has been struggling so much that even his own manager is embarrassing him in public by telling the world that he's got diarrhea. Oh, brilliant. That's what we all wanted to have a mental image of. The reason why Palmer was rubbish against Leicester was because he spent that morning flushing away something that looks like lumpy Pepsi. Look, I don't actually attribute that missed penalty to Palmer having a dodgy Chinese the night before. No, that was just the actions of a man low on confidence. A bit like when Peter Crouch, having joined Liverpool in 2005, he goes 19 games without a goal. His confidence is on the floor, and then he desperately steals a penalty off Stevie G's toes and misses it against Portsmouth, his former club. That's what is happening to Palmer right now. He is overthinking everything. Come on. He's just seen his ex-Man City buddy Morgan Rogers doing his celebration 3 times on a single Champions League night. That has got to hurt, because you can have the coolest trademark celebration in the world, sure, but if you aren't scoring, nobody sees it. Just ask Cameron Archer. He's got potentially one of the most elite celebrations in the world, posing like Legolas because of his name, but he never scores, so who cares? So right now, with every month that goes by where Palmer doesn't score and Rogers does, rubbing his shoulders like someone who's been locked in a fridge, yeah, he is cementing that cold celebration as his own, even though it doesn't really work. Like, Palmer's name is literally Cole. You instead have the name of a woman. So really, I mean, when Morgan scores, he should celebrate by popping on a wig and reading a Hello magazine on the ballboy stool. But look, speaking of goal droughts, oh boy, if Jimmy Vardy's goals all dried up. I haven't felt milky ice cream on my face in a while. But lads, seriously, is Ruud van Nistelrooy ever getting sacked? That is 12 defeats in his last 13 league games. But do you know what is so awful? Leicester have not scored a goal in 10 of those games. They haven't scored a goal since January. Yeah, we're now in mid-March. Leicester fans have not even seen their team score a goal at home since December the 8th. That is so revolting. How? How does a manager keep his job after such an awful, wretched run? This is a club which sacked Brendan Rodgers, one of the best coaches in Europe. Van Nistelrooy is a famous face. That's it. In Premier League management, he's turning out to be on par with Tony Adams. Hired at Portsmouth in October 2008, purely because he was such a huge name as Arsenal captain. Yeah, he has 21 matches in charge, 4 wins, 6 draws, 11 defeats, before being fired in February. Largely seen as one of the worst experiments in Premier League history, and he was then completely untouchable after that, and his next job was at Gabala in Azerbaijan. Van Nistelrooy has been statistically worse. I don't want to scare you, Ruud, but I think your next job might be somewhere weird like Trinidad or Malta. Who's gonna have you after this? Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. So, did Liverpool fans get a fright when they were 1-0 down at home to a hideous Southampton after Small Bones scuttles in an opener for the Saints? I mean, the Premier League needed a shock Southampton win to even give us some sort of pretense that there's still a title race going on. But no, normal service resumes, Núñez scores, and Salah belts in 2 penalties. So the league is now done, but why is it that when Liverpool win the league, they win it by miles? Does it not feel a little bit empty for Liverpool that it's basically always done by February? I don't know, it feels like less of an emotional rush when you do finally lift the trophy in May, because it's something you've been expecting for months. I don't know. I felt a bit like that about Leicester City winning it too. I actually thought it was a huge shame that the league was won in Vardy's house, because those players had 5 whole days for that to sink in and celebrate that before lifting the trophy on the pitch at the weekend. Because of that, we didn't actually get to see any happy tears on the pitch, because all the players have been busy celebrating with their spoons. What we want to see in football is the Aguero moment, the Gundogan moment, winning the title on the final day. Then we get to see raw emotion from the fans. But Liverpool, they know they're winning the league now, just like how they knew they were winning it in 2020 about 8 months in advance. I don't know, I think it's a bit of a shame. Brighton 2, Fulham 1. Lads, how were a team who recently lost the match by 7 goals actually in contention to qualify for the Champions League? How is this happening again? You know how much of a freak show it'll make the Premier League look if Brighton reach the Champions League after that? It will be the second time in 3 seasons that a team qualifies for the Champions League Even after a 7-0 loss, Man United was the last one. Crystal Palace 1, Ipswich Town 0. Oh, Ipswich are going down. I will give this side credit because they have shown some spirit this season, but let's be real. That's now no wins in 9. That is 7 defeats in 9. Sure, it's a tricky run, but you lost at home to Southampton in that run. A team who are still on track to be the worst ever Premier League team ever. If you just want to look solely at results, then Kieran McKenna, someone linked with the Manchester United and Chelsea jobs last summer, then yeah, that is sack-worthy stuff. No, I don't think Ipswich should bin him off, but the results are not good enough. He's basically in the same boat as Vincent Kompany last season. An obviously good coach who will do well with better tools, but it's just not working, is it? Brentford 0, Aston Villa 1. Oh, Brentford fans must be seriously sick of Ollie Watkins. Anyway, that's the end of it. Let me know what do you think. Let me know. What did you think of the Premier League game week? Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and follow your ways. I'll talk to you in a while.